everyone, it's been quite a long time, so I thought I'd do a quick little update video, let you know what's been going on with me, why I haven't been uploading so many videos. Well, simple really, bloody camera died, so I haven't been uploading many videos, but to be honest I haven't had any exciting runs recently. Last couple of months has been pretty much London every day, you know, great fun in one of these lorries. I'm here right now as we speak. Absolute nightmare. Just got up to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The traffic's madness. And obviously being London, it's everyone else's right of way first before they let a big lorry out. So yeah, so onto the smaller side streets at the moment. Heading off, we'll be on the M4 in about 10-15 minutes hopefully, and then M3, sorry. And then I can just head on straight on back. Still with the same company, still doing the same sort of runs, still thoroughly enjoying it. It's going really good. It's going to start getting a little bit busier now, coming up towards the Christmas season. You know, we're right at the end of September now. So already unloading Christmas trees and Christmas lights, tinsel, as well as all the usual stuff, big carved pumpkins and, you know, I don't want to sound grumpy. I love the winter months, I love it. I love Christmas time. Love Halloween, you know, the kids think it's great, so you know, I'm just a big extension of the kids, you know. Love it. They're happy, I'm happy to play. But no, yeah, just a little bit of an update why I haven't been doing many videos. Like I say, the camera's working, but I took the SD card out to put into a security camera back at the house, and I haven't replaced the camera yet. And to be honest, most days I've been coming in, I've been lucky enough to get a truck, get a load, and I'm straight on the road and off. But I have been meaning to upload a video, but like I say, just up and down the M4 straight into London on repeat. Well, it's not the most exciting ride, you know, it's just motorway for 3 hours. Although I did have one really nice run I wish I had the camera set up for. I had a run from Mega, where I'm based, in Newport, up to Shrewsbury, so that run was hardly any motorway that day. I basically drove all the way up the Welsh coast, and it was absolutely gorgeous, beautiful weather, stunning backdrop and scenery, absolutely stunning. Up through the Shropshire. Oh, there's a load of, as I'm saying it, there's a load of deer over there, and over the wall. It must be some sort of country park, because it's not wild. I'm in central bloody London, but there's about 20 bloody deer in there then. There's Santa's taking them out for a train, stretch their legs. But no, like I said, I thought I'd do an update video. I kind of see what people would rather me do. I mean, seeing that video I first did when I was talking about what it's like working for the agency and just nattered on for 25 minutes. I mean, that's getting lots and lots of views, and I can understand that, because lots of people, you know, want to get into this business and want to get a rough idea of what it's like. But I'm not sure whether people would prefer me chatting away, talking through what's going on with my day, or would rather just time lapse with the camera facing straight out the front screen, or a mixture of both. Like, yeah, I'm filming this on my phone now. Like I say, my SD card's in the camera at home, so I just put I know my way home from here, so I've stuck it on the phone stand, stuck the camera facing me. But, yeah, no, just I'd say let me know what you want. Do you want me to sort of chat through the day, show a bit more about what the daily grind is now and then, or are you happy to sort of see bits of the countryside as and when I get a good looking route and have you looking out the front window? Like I say, I can show you what's out the front window now, and it's really not much. Like, how do I turn this bug around? I don't know how to. But yeah, if I could, I could turn you around now. You're just going to see, like, they're nice houses, you know. It's a nice part of London, nice enough. I'm pretty much skirting along the side of the Thames now. But I mean, there's not much countryside, there's not much pretty stuff to look at in London, and it's motorway all the way home. So that's why I thought it wasn't worth filming. I thought I'd give you all an update so you can see how things are getting on, you know, because it's been a couple of months now since I uploaded a video. And, you know, I'm not doing it for bloody getting loads of subscribers or views or trying to make money off it. You know, it's something I do for a grin, like, just for a laugh. But, yeah, no, let me know what you think. Would you rather hear me rambling on my musing? See me bloody trying to do pop master, see if I can score any bloody points? Or would you rather that camera just go out the front, oh shut up, and away we go? Let me know. But no, the first reason I stopped filming at the start was COVID. I wasn't rough, you know, I wasn't feeling ill or nothing, but then my daughter came home from school, she had a bit of a temperature, she was feeling pretty rough, you know, a teenager. So we did what everyone does, and we did a COVID test for her, and she was positive, so I had to take the time off work, and you know, dickheads, this city, honest to God. Yeah, and then I did a little test, you know, just to be precautious, because I had a bit of a temperature and a bit of a sore throat coming in, yeah, and then I had a COVID, so I ended up missing about 15 days, because I did my self-isolation, because my daughter was rough, and then when she's getting better then, and I was thinking I could get back to work, I bloody failed my test, so, yeah, I had about 15, 20 days when I wasn't in work, and I didn't do any filming at all, obviously, because I'm sat in the bloody house, watching Homes Under the Hammer, but, yeah, no, I haven't been bringing the camera so much now, taking the card out, but I will do. The problem is, most of the time, it's like it is today, I've got my sunglasses on because the sun's in and out, and I find it's a lot less strain on your eyes driving when you got your sunglasses on. You know, I've had a few days where I've been in forgot my sunglasses, and you know, I've got a banging headache when you get home. You know, either from the car lights coming on towards you, just the general strain of looking out this window for 10 hours of driving, like. So now I've got the sunglasses on, but it's pretty bloody grim at the moment. And being in Wales and driving across England, as a lot of you well know, now we're in the end of September. It's going to be bloody dark a little longer than it's light. It's going to be pretty grim over the next couple of months, you know. Not that I'm complaining, like I say, I like the winter months. But no, I just thought I'd give you all a quick little update, like, you know, what's been going on, how I've been cracking on with work, and the stuff I'm doing. I'm saying if you'd like to see a bit more about my daily grind and what goes on, by all means, let me know down in the comments down the bottom. I'll see if I can take you on board, show you what it's like with the unloading. You know, the job's not just driving A to B. You know, you got to do stuff when you get to B. And what I've just got now, I got a pretty big trailer on today, 16.5 foot tall, double decker trailer. The deliveries we do now, they're mainly in like cages, sort of 7 foot tall cages, 6.5 foot tall cages with all the boxes and stuff packed inside, and tissues and pillows and whatever else is in there. And like I say, they roll quite easily and quite nicely, so it's a case of getting them in and off the back, taking them down on the rear lift, and then handing them over to the guys or girls in the shop who'll finish off unloading and stuff. So it'd be pretty boring for you to see, but you know, a lot of you might like to see it, to see how we strap it down and how we keep things in place, how the trailers work, because these double deckers, obviously, you know, you don't take the lift right up to the top of the double decker. So you unload the bottom half, drop the deck down, then once you finish the first section of the bottom half, you drop the deck down, then unload the top deck, and then the opposite then when you're loading up. Oh, bloody hell. It's great down here when you got somebody who parks halfway across your side of the road so they can get out, and all the people on the other side of the road then trying to squeeze past them and blocking you in the middle of the road. I love London, yeah. But no, like I say, I've had a lot more runs up to London now. I'm starting to know these areas and these sites, but like I say, this is a bit of a tricky one because this trailer's 16 foot 4. It won't go under a lot of the bridges. There's a lot of lower bridges now, because obviously in London, you know, you've got train tracks, flyovers, all sorts. So the route they take us, which is the best route for not having any bridges, it's a bit of a squeeze, to be honest. Nice area, lovely old buildings, but one bloody built for one of these coming through, you know. Definitely one built for one of these to come through. So yeah, so there you go. There's just like a little update. You know, I'll try and do some more videos if I get a nice pretty route. I'll buy another SD card. The other one, and then so hopefully I can bring you along. And like I say, if you want to see a bit more about, you know, I went through the looking up your trailer, brakes, legs, air, clip, kingpin, been through that, easy enough. The trailer checks, they're straightforward enough, walk around, you know, if it looks iffy, double check it, check your tyres, check your wheel nuts, check your brake lights, check your indicators. You know, you get used to it, you'll be in the motion for going around looking at it when you're new in the business, when you're new in the job. Same as I always say, just take your time. Take your time. Just coming out of that shop just then, it was in, I don't know if any of you know London, it's in Kingston upon Thames, and it's on Old London Road. Now this road, you really go down in a car, you're going to be skimming your wing mirrors, but that's where my loading bay is, so I had to go down there, And sod's law, everyone's stopping and getting their Ubers and taxis. They're all picking them up from right where the loading bay is. You know, big sign, do not park. So I'm stuck in there. I've had my half-hour break before I left, you know. I might as well grab it while I'm there. It gives me a clean drive home now. Don't have to worry about services unless I need a wee. And then, but yeah, as I'm trying to pull out, all these cars pulling in, pulling out, all getting frustrated, trying to squeeze in and squeeze around me. And it's like, well, if you all hold back for 30 seconds to let me out. I mean, I get this lorry out of there quicker than they can turn around their bloody Toyota Yaris or Nissan Micra. Don't have to make a bloody faff of it. So no, like I say, be patient. I could have lost my rag then and started beeping and waving my arms. Waste of time, waste of energy. There's another fella waiting for to get in when I moved in another lorry. They both just sat there thinking, well, you know, they're all moaning we're in the way. If they wait 2 minutes, we'll be out of the way, won't we? There you go. Nothing common about common sense, is it? That's what I was always told. So yeah. So I won't keep ranting on too much, you know. And we're talking about other stuff. But I know if people are happy enough to listen to me having a little talk, talking through bits and bobs I'm seeing on my way round and do it like a little bit of a blog rather than an on-board run, let me know if you want to do a mix and match, a bit of both. Let me know, because when I start talking, I'll talk for hours. You know, especially if there's no one interrupting me. I'm talking all bloody day, like. So, yeah. So just a quick update. Hope you're all feeling well. Hope you're all being treated well. And I hope a few of you I've spoken to in some of the comments who are getting in tests and what have you coming up. Well, I hope the tests all went well, and I hope, you know, hopefully you're in behind the wheel of something. Hopefully you got nice wages, good hours. That's the thing at the moment, this company I'm with now, I'm in a, you know, the money's quite good, but I'm playing a kind of balancing act with the wages and stuff. Because I was talking to the one fella, like, and he's smashing out every hour under the sun that he could do. We're on a nice hourly rate, but he's doing the night shifts. You know, obviously the night shifts, you've got a bit less traffic. You know, you tend to unload at the store on the other side on your own because there's no one there working. You know, there's the odd store, which is 24 hours. But most of the time he's unloading on his own, and he prefers that. So, you know, he gets no traffic, he'll go on a 3.5 hour drive down to somewhere, unload in his own time, head on back, at night, no traffic, lovely. He's not dealing with all this crap I deal with in central London. But he ended up doing, the other week, he said he did, I think he knocked out about 54 hours, 56 hours, something like that, on night rate. So his hourly rate was pretty healthy, you know. And then at the end of this week, he'd worked out, you know, before Mr. Taxman and your national insurance, agency fees, all that stuff comes out. He'd worked out of the hours he'd done, he was thinking 1,300 quid he'd earned in a month, wicked, in a week. Awesome money, you know, great money. But because he'd gone to 1,500 quid and he'd gone over that tax line, I'm not sure exactly what the cut-off is, but because he'd stacked up these hours big time, and for a huge, I mean, that's doctor's money, innit, you know, over £1,000 a week. What had happened was, because he'd earned over that £1,000 or 1,200, 1,300, whatever it was, he'd gone into a higher tax bracket, so he actually ended up paying the 40% tax. And he said he ended up paying, in 1 week, 600 quid tax off his bloody pay slip. And I mean, if he's not averaging that all through the year, you know, by the time it comes to the end of the year, or by the time the taxes are all sorted out, if he's overpaid, he'll get his rebate, that's fine. But I thought that's a little bit of a sting, that is, you know, if he's bringing home 700 quid from 50, 60 hours, grinding it out all week, you know, 5 nights doing 12 bloody hour shifts, and he's bringing home 700, 750 quid, I mean, that's a bit of a kick in the nuts, because I could probably do 4 days and bring home 700 quid, because I'll stay in that lower tax bracket. So kind of juggling that a little bit at the moment. My national insurance is all over the shop. So obviously I don't know where you're all watching from, but in Britain we've got to pay our national insurance to pay towards the NHS, you know, police, fire engine, you know, we want those services, so we pay that out of our wages every week, national insurance. But that's all over the shop. I mean, when I was younger, I mean, it's changed. I haven't kept my finger on the pulse. When I was younger, you knew your national insurance was going to be about 27 quid a week, something like that. You know, it wasn't too bad, but I've had national insurance go out. Some weeks it's 78 quid, some weeks it's 30, some weeks it's 50. You know, I'm not never sure what I'm going to get at the end of the week. Just trying to keep an eye on it. Like, you know what your hourly rate is. And I know no one's ripping us off nowhere, like, you know, it is what it is. We've all got to pay our way. And obviously now when we're changing Prime Minister every bloody 5 minutes, everyone wants to throw a new idea in the hat and everything's changing. The company I work with, funny enough, they, where all the lorry drivers go from is a great big massive depot, you know, where they do all the loading up and all the itinerary comes in and everything there. Well, it's been taken over now. The transport part's been taken over by another haulage company. It's not a big company still, but now it feels like, as always, when a new company comes in, as much as everything was working fine and going sweet anyway, it seems like you get a new boss in. They just want to change a couple of things so they can say, I did that. So it's a little bit, you know, we're having the odd little wonky thing. I don't mind, I get paid for every trip. I'll try and help out everyone as much as I can. But for instance, the other day I did a run and I was taking a load up to, funny enough, it's only around the corner from here, Walton on Thames. Probably only about 5 miles away, just on the outside of Greater London. And I came on that bend. There's only a little store, absolute bugger to get in. I'll film it one day and show you. You'll see the gap and you'll think, how the hell you meant to get in there? It is doable, but bloody hell, it's tight. But anyway, I digress. I went up there, and as soon as I picked up my load in the morning, usually they're like, here you go, Tone, off you go. This is where you go in, here's your truck, and it's a case of head off as soon as it suits me, get there by the delivery time. But they gave me this load, and they were like, oh, getting the services on your way up, you don't want to be there too early, because they're not going to be ready. And I was thinking, well, I've been there early before, you know, they're in at 6 o'clock in the morning, they'll be fine. I said, oh, no, there's another driver's gone up ahead of you. I was thinking, well, that's weird, because these people usually only have 3 deliveries a week, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and they're not big lorries, like. Like I say, it's one of the smaller stores. It's like a large news agent, I suppose. You know, one of these like sort of extra type stops. But anyway, I'm heading on up there, and I get in the services like this. As I'm pulling in, I can see the other lorry pulling out. See the look of horror on the woman's face, bless her, who was unloading me. She must have been in her late bloody 50s. She's like, oh, is that full? Is that full? I was like, yeah, you know, it's full lorry, full up to the back doors. She said, we've only just had 1 delivery. They've changed our deliveries, so instead of 3 a week, we're only having 2 deliveries a week, but they're doing them both on the same day. I mean, you know, it's always worked in that other shop. They got a small storeroom, so you only deliver how much they can fit in the storeroom, sell, and by the time you turn up the next time, you pick up all the empty cages, put in the fresh stock, take away the old stuff. But no, now someone has had a great idea of adding everything in, getting it all done in one day, you know, much more efficient. Well, yeah, on paper maybe, but in reality, they've got no bloody room for the stuff. So we're getting those little bits and bobs. I mean, if I was the sort of person who got really stressed and vexed with work, you'd probably be a pain in the ass. I know a lot of the older heads, the full-timers, back on the motorway now, a lot of the older heads, the full-timers, they hate change, you know. That's what the older heads are like, they don't like change, but that don't bother me. You still get paid really well, it's not hard, and you've got to help them on the other side anyway. You know, you don't want to be that guy who stood there watching everyone else going, I know my job, I only got to get him to the end of the trailer. So, well, yeah, that is your job, but you know, you don't have to be a dick. Get on, help people. You'd want people to help you if you were stuck. Help them as well. So no, like I say, still really enjoying the job. Really enjoying driving. Still getting a couple of nice lorries here and there. This one's a bit of a, well, I don't want to say nothing till it gets me home, but yeah, this one's out somewhere. 807,000 miles is on. Beast to me. 2019, 2020 model. Yeah, here we go. So I'm back on the motorway now. I'll see if I can swing you around, and I'll see if I can get a little bit of time lapse on the motorway for you. But let's say it's going to be a pretty boring drive now. I've got a M3 back, only down as far as Bracknell. Cut in through Bracknell then. Hopefully there's not too much traffic. Down by Bracknell, Ascot, and then you pop out then on the M4 on the other side, and then it's pretty much 90 miles back to Newport. Cruise control on. If there's no traffic, just send it straight back. So it's going to be a boring one. Do you know what? As I'm saying it out loud, I don't even think I'll bother. I might put a little time lapse as I go through Bracknell. You know, film a little bit through there so you can see. You know, because it's a bit more windy, a bit more technical and skillful down there. A few roundabouts and stuff. But I mean, when you're on the motorway, all you've got to do is keep it pointed in the right direction, stay between your lines and read the road in front of you. I know it's not very exciting with the time lapses. But yeah, like I say, Sod's Law, that really nice run I had up to Shrewsbury. Beautiful, beautiful drive. I didn't have my bloody SD card with me, so there we go. And the red arrows flew over when I left the depot. I mean, it's typical. Literally flew right over the trees in front of me, flew past with all their smoke streams going out the back. It was awesome. One day I didn't have a bloody camera turned on, innit? Sod's Law. But there we go. So yeah, let's say, let me know down the bottom. It's getting warm now, getting my air conditioning on. Let me know down the bottom if you're happy for me to just have a ramble, talking through a couple of things. Sort of talk through like one of these day in the life sort of jobs. Let me know. I mean, most days are pretty much the same. Today, alarm went off at 5 o'clock. I'd had my cup of tea and I was in the car by 5:15. By quarter to 5, so quarter to 6. Due in at 7 o'clock, so I bought myself that extra half hour. Drove on down, roads are reasonably quiet at that time in the morning. Got down to the depot, wandered in, got into the office at about 7:15, did my paperwork. I mean, when I say do my paperwork in the morning, you know, they give you the paperwork you've got to fill out for actually what trailer you're getting, what loads you've got, where you're going, your arrival times, check the vehicles in good condition and stuff. You know, that's your normal sort of paperwork. But the other thing you'll need to know as an agency driver, while I'm thinking about it now, is they do license checks. So obviously you can potentially go, I only drive with the one company, I like the way they work, the hours suit me fine, they're good as gold, the trucks are tidy. So I'll always, you know, I'll let the agency know I'm available for Monday to Friday day shifts with this one company, and however many shifts they offer me, then I'll take the ones I want, like usually all of them. But no, because obviously I could be working for this company today, I could go off tomorrow and I could drive for some timber merchant or something, and I could pick up loads of points while I'm driving for them. I could run over on my tachograph, you know, I could do anything, and the company I'm with today ain't gonna know about it. So what they do is these license checks. You do it on, in Britain again, you do it on the Gov site. And you go in and you get what's called a check code, and you can get them all the time. If you're only working with one company, I'll come in, I'll get my check code. So I can do my check code on a Monday, they'll see it, and then if I'm working with the same company Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they don't need to check my check code, because they know when I finish on Monday, I go home, have my 11 hours rest, if I've got 11 hours to rest, come back in the next day, I'm back in their lorries. So nothing could have happened without them knowing. But obviously if I work Monday and Tuesday with this company, went out with a timber merchant, picked up loads of speed warnings, got a warning from the DVSA, and then just went back into work and drove and said everything's fine, well, you know, I'm lying and they're letting me drive when I shouldn't be. So that's what I say about the paperwork. You go in, you sign in, do your time sheet, that's the most important one. You forget that, you don't get paid. Yeah, you go in, they do your check code and stuff. Although with this new people who've taken over the transport company, I've sent an email, so I've signed up there and I've given them permission to do my checks for me. So I can just come in and they're like, well, as long as you haven't been working any other companies, I walk in, they give me the keys, I head off, and they've automatically checked to make sure I'm legit and good to go. So, you know, there's a few people who keep their cars close to their chest and drive when they're not supposed to. You know, not everyone's as honest as me. Yeah. You know, it's just little things like that, but that's nothing at all. You know, it's nothing at all. It's not one of the jobs you wake up dreading going into work and thinking, oh, what's on today? I mean, worst case scenario with this job's when they go, you're off to London town. Alright. Which is what they did today. I say it's a pain in the ass when I just went then, but in the day, you know you can get a lorry in there. People have done it before. Take your time. Everyone's rushing round in London, that's the problem. You know, that's probably why I'm so harsh on the city. You know, it's probably one of the most amazing cities in the world, but I don't like it because everyone's trying to get under your wheels. Everyone's in a rush. You know, it's absolute pain in the ass. You know, like I say, that M25, look, I haven't had to go on it today, I've literally just driven under it now. If you have to go on the M25 and you get caught in traffic, that can ruin your bloody day, that can. That can absolutely ruin your day whenever it happens. But I mean, what you expect is the capital city of Britain is huge. Millions of people live there, like. More people living in London than there is in the whole of Wales. You know, I'm from Wales, so I'm not used to people being around. I'm quite happy when I don't see anyone. But yeah, like I say, rambling again now, going on and on. So I'll leave it at that. Upload this, so at least you know where I've been for a little bit. Listen to my rambling about absolutely nothing at all. But yeah, it is what it is. That's what happens when you're locked in a lorry all day, just with your own thoughts. And when you put the radio on and Jeremy Vine's on, bloody hell, you'd rather be locked inside your own head. Although I listen to it every day, still keep bloody listening. Popmaster's good though in the morning. 10 Bruce, 10:30, Popmaster. Lovely jubbly. There you go, you'll learn all your radio stations when you're driving. Yeah, no, like I always say, do it. If you want to do it, get in here. It's not a bad job. I left the yard this morning, I haven't heard a peep from the yard, I haven't heard a peep from the bosses. Or the transport, I haven't heard a word from them. You know, I'll let them know if anything doesn't go right. They'll happily let me drive around in this posh lorry as long as I follow the route they want. Take it back, fill it up with diesel and give it a clean when I get back. They're happy, they'll have me back. So we've got a couple of days tomorrow. I'm back this week, I'm back in tomorrow, Wednesday. Back in for that tomorrow. I haven't got a clue where I'm going. I don't even bother asking, to be honest. I don't like wherever I go, I gotta go. Happy enough to drive wherever. Probably back in bloody London. Who knows? Who knows? But it is what it is. So yeah, all of you, thanks for even bothering watching if you have. And that was just my little update on where I've been, what I'm doing. So yeah, let me know if you want to see a few more time lapses, anything like that. See what I can do. I'll order an SD card. I'll do it when I get home. I will. Put the camera. It's pointless having a camera without a card, is it? So yeah, so let me know if things are going, and then hopefully I'll start uploading a couple more videos. So, as always, all you take care. Any questions, feel free to ask me. Well, take care, look after yourself. I'll see you on the road, I think. Take care all. Ta-ra.